keep on trying.
No Vaseline was good, but it didn't hit like.
Turn it into something. Yeah, we made it something. They like the way I turn nothing into something.
What's up? What's fly? And what's happening? Welcome back, inmates. It is another Monday, and you know where you at. You locked in with the podcast that goes behind the bars of local and international artists, as well as discusses the culture in real time. Because as I always say, a life lived, it's a bar. I'm your hostess with the mostest. I'm Miss Playmon, and I am super excited about the show that we have today. We have a guest coming in. It's a blast from my past, but he been out there. He been doing this. He been making music a long time. He been fly ever since I heard him, ever since I've been in touch with him. So I'm just super excited to have him in the building today, and it's going to be a really good show. But y'all know, before we get into the show, y'all already know I ain't got to say too much. Y'all know what time it is. It's playtime. Let's go.
Switching lanes, running lights, trying to race. Man, the police got behind us, trying to chase us, but they can't. I be chilling in the track, on with K, blowing dank. Man, it's pain hitting deep, I'm calling bills for the drink. If you a bad...
It's playtime. It's playtime, and y'all know what playtime is. Playtime is the time where Big Play or Playmon lets you know what's got their heart, their eyes, their ears, their mind on this week. And something that I seen on Facebook kind of had my thoughts the other day, because I was watching it and I was seeing all the different responses that was coming from it. So I seen somebody post, what is a man's curfew if he's married? Eesh.
Amazing.
Listen, you wouldn't believe the type of answers we were seeing. So obviously, you know, the guys were, and ain't no curfew, and I call the shots, and you know how guys talk. And then, you know, the ladies had a sort of different take. Me being a person that has not ever been married, I can speak a little more freely on this. You married people, y'all watch how y'all talk about this subject now. But I have a freedom to speak about such things like this, because I don't got nobody to answer to. So my thought was, okay, I'll give you an example. When my son turned 18, he had went to college, and he would come home from college. I would tell him, you know, be in this house by midnight. And everybody would be like, hey, man, he grown. You can't give him no curfew. Tell him be in the house by midnight. I said, whoa. Hold up. Rewind. Don't think of it as a curfew. This is me telling him, son, don't think of it as a curfew. Think of it as the house closes at midnight. There you go. The house closes at midnight, and then it reopens again at 8 a.m. So by all means, you do not have to come here. You know, if you out and the clock strike midnight, you don't have to worry about coming home. I'm not policing you in that way. Just know that the house is closed. And so I know you can't really close the house on your spouse, because they have a stake in the house and they pay bills and all these things. But my idea is this. It's not about whether or not he would have a curfew, but it's about respect. You know, it's about being mindful. It's about things not even having the look of impropriety. And so when you're married, it's about reciprocity, you know, because I'm pretty sure his wife couldn't stay out at all types of night. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't never been married, but I've been in relationships, and, you know, it's always kind of a double standard. Like, you can go missing, you can do this, you can do that, but I can't even do the smallest of things. And that to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially within the confines of marriage. So, what would a curfew be for a married man? I would say I wouldn't call it a curfew, first of all, but I think he should absolutely be mindful of how whatever time he come in makes his wife feel. And if they talk about it and come up with something that works, well, then that's what works for them. There's no set rules for every couple. We can definitely see that rules are changing. But as the Bible say, as for me and my house, we gonna come in at a nice, respectable hour. We gonna come in at a nice, respectable hour just because I don't want no furniture moving. I don't want no furniture moving because, I've been working on my pettiness, right? So, I try to make sure that I'm not a person that's tit for tat or I'm matching energy and all like that. But I know me. You got that dough too late too many times, I start just staying out a little later myself. And then that's when the furniture get to moving. So, like I say, I'm not married, so I can't really say exactly what the right answer is. But to me, that's just common sense, common decency, and being mindful of the person that you say you love. And so that's my playtime this week. As I always say, you can do with that what you will, but
Quit playing with me, man. You tell me get on something, I'ma do it.
quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Listen, I'm excited. I'm excited about the show today. And I'm excited because what what make me excited? Y'all know what make me excited? Guest. Yeah. So we got a guest today. Let me tell y'all something about this guest. This guest is, I say, one of the coolest that I didn't come across, no doubt. And I ain't even fronting when I say that. Y'all know I don't say stuff that I don't mean. But some of you may remember him from the work he did with Twink and Self Made. Hey, he's still locked in with the Honorable Court and Mr. C Note himself. He hails from the great city of Benton Harbor, aka Benny Ha Ha, aka Ball Harbor. He is currently running the streets of Creektown, and I want y'all to give a warm behind bars welcome to Mr. Shy Boy himself.
Yo, what's happening?
Thank you for sliding through on me, Shy. What's good?
Anytime, man. Just a blessing. Glad to be here. Thankful to be free.
Hey, I lost you there for a second, Shy.
Oh, people, you know how it be. People call.
Oh yeah, man. You gotta put your phone on do not disturb, man. They gonna bust you. They gonna bust through on you.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but before we get started, Shy, I want you to shout your people out because I don't want them to be mad at you.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. First and foremost, man. I just want to always represent Self-Made Records. You know what I mean? To the fullest, man. That's where I started at. First label, first. It's a family, really. Twink, C No Jinx. Even shout out to like everybody from the Hit Squad to J Ice, Houston. I'm talking way back.
Right.
Hit Squad was guys that like some of my OGs like Polo and Mossberg, Jay Boozum. Just it's just I'm a Midwest guy through and through, and I just came up in the underground scene, you know what I mean, in the Midwest. So I know like a lot of artists from around the area, and shout out to Solar, Young Monk, Zap Solar, aka L Zap O'Foreign. It's what he go by nowadays, you know what I mean. Like he always big artist reinventing himself in any and every way possible. That's my big dog, you know what I mean. Like, but Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. The whole Midwest, for real.
Like he said, shout out the whole Midwest. You shout out some people that, I done had Polo on here. Polo was on here and J Boo's been on here. So we worked side by side with the Hit Squad. We never really collaborated, but like I said, Twink and Kato was like freaking frack.
Yeah,
So
man. Shout out to
yeah.
Kato too. I want to make a big shout out to Kato, man, my big homie. I really hate talking about that shit. Like for real, I just came home and like for real, Kato was way out west. Like he was way out like somewhere one day and he hit me and he was like, "Yeah, I heard you was back, blah, blah, blah." Instantly, like, "What's your cash app?" Bless me, sent something my way. He sent me a little jewelry and everything just off top, just coming home. And he was like, "I'm gonna come see you, man." And then next thing I know, man, he ain't make it, unfortunately, but shout out to Kato, man. Big rest in peace, man. I love you, big homie. You already know.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to my boy K. We definitely miss him. Shy, let
Yeah,
me ask you this, because I've always wondered this and I never really knew. Because when I heard your name, Shy Boy, I immediately thought, because you was kind of in and out when we used to be in Ben Harbor, because we recorded a little bit there in Ben
yeah,
Harbor at the
yeah,
studio. And I remember you in and out, but I always thought, I said, oh, he from Chicago. I
yeah.
didn't know you was straight. I didn't know you was from Benton Harbor. Where you get your name from?
And see, and so you was right in the sense, like I am born in Chicago, and after some years, like my mother, her father was actually moved to Ben Harbor, and so we would visit a lot. And then she decided she wanted to move to Ben Harbor, and so I, after moving to Ben Harbor, as I'm growing up as a teenager. Like a lot of people when they would talk about me because I didn't grow up with them, like day one in Ben Harbor,
Right.
when you would bring me up, a lot of the references was like, the one boy
We're
from
from
Chicago,
Chicago.
you know, the, and then it just started that's how it just came about. They just started calling me Shy Boy and stuff like that. And it just stuck. And I ain't never, you know what I mean? Like we just let it be what it was.
Right. Well, that makes sense, though. That's kind of like Pac, he was born on the East Coast, but like you say,
Exactly.
he did all this growing and got all of his game when he was on the West Coast. And so that's why he felt more like he was a West Coast.
And that's the same way with me. Like, nothing but I love Chicago. It's my city. It's my home. Born and raised. All my teams. I'm a Bulls fan, Bears fan.
Right.
It's just all the way down. But at the end of the day, I represent Ben Harbor as much as I represent anything on the planet, because that's what made me. Ben Harbor is what made me who I am. Ben Harbor made Shot Boy. Ben Harbor
Right.
put me in the Source magazine, Murder Dog magazine. You know what I mean? Like Ben Harbor did all of that type of stuff. So like that's what I represent for sure. I'm from the ball.
Right out. Shout out Ball Harbor. So listen, yeah, I know when I first reached out to you and talked to you, and I was like, "Is this Shy Boy? Shy Boy?" He's like,
Yeah.
"One and only, fresh out of the Fed." And I was like, "Ah,
BOP. Fresh out the
Shy,
BOP.
how you end up in the Feds?"
So basically, like long story short, like I was, I had a little situation going on. We had people, you know what I mean? Like, it's over with now, so I already got it
Right,
tied up time so I could talk about it. But I was basically getting shit from out west. You can get the bowls and shit for real cheap out west. And this behind bar, I'm gonna give you the real. I ain't finna
that's what it's
sugarcoat nothing.
about.
So, I'm getting the bowls and shit for cheap. Bowls, if for anybody that don't know, if you ain't really in the streets like that or never was, bowls is like a slang term for pounds of weed, basically. Like, so I'm getting pounds of weed out of the West Coast, out of Arizona for cheap. I can get one each unit for like 150. If I get 50 units, if I get 100 units, is cheap. So basically I'm getting the weed from out west and I'm bringing it to the Midwest, and interstate commerce is to different states, Illinois, Indiana,
Hmm.
Michigan, and You know, so when I say I was the king of the Midwest, it was reasons I used to say that they ain't know. You know what I mean?
Right,
Reasons
right.
to discuss with the people, but they seen it play out in my life. But that's just how it was. And when it came to me in the streets, I was in the Midwest. I had people and I had connections and situations going on. And shout out to Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. You know, shout out to Kankakee in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to Indianapolis, Marion, South Bend, Gary, Indiana. You know, shout out Omaha, Nebraska. My boy
You
Big
just
Head
giving
out
your
there.
whole map. That was your
You
whole
feel me?
route, huh?
That was my life. You feel me? That's who I am, and that's where I put in my work and all throughout this
So what
region.
they catch you with? What they catch you with, Chevron?
So they had caught me, like, and I said it in my Welcome Home joint, on the King of the Midwest album, which is streaming on our platform right now if you ain't checked it out. But on my Welcome Home joint, what they initially caught me with was, it was probably like 5-6 pounds of weed, and I had my gun on me too as well.
Yeah,
And
that's how they get you. They get you with the if you got drugs and a gun. Oh man, and you crossing state lines.
yeah.
How
But
long did you do?
I did 100 months. I did 100 months in the
Only
feds.
people in the feds count months. Why is that?
Cause that's what the judge give you. So when you go federal, which I don't know nothing about no state shit, you know, I ain't gonna lie
Hmm.
to nobody. I ain't never been in no state nothing. I ain't never been in state prison. I ain't nothing. I went straight fed. Like when I ever went to prison, I went straight federal. So, I
Right,
don't, so that's all I knew. Like the judge, that's what they give out. They give out months. You know what I mean? In my range, uh, see, so basically, I'm gonna give you the real. So like, basically, what happened was another motherfucker. Can I curse? I need to check. You feel me? I need to. My mouth go to going
yeah,
crazy.
that's okay. We ain't gonna censor you like that, but we don't want to make it too. We
Right,
do
right.
got
That's why
a
I'm trying to
parental
make sure. That's why
advisory
I'm making
sticker,
sure. Yeah,
so
you feel me? That's why I'm trying to
yeah.
make sure. But what it was another guy. Um, basically got some what from me. You feel me? Which was in the paperwork, and they they was covering themselves. They got in trouble. They did something, but so I guess they decided that to get themselves out of trouble. Hey, I can give you a guy who getting such and such from way on another coast, bringing it back here, and
Right,
basically, boom, they put the play down. So I'm going to trial and all of that. And they saying if you go to trial, you can get 15. Because now they're gonna give me the 924C. If I go to trial, it's gonna add the enhancement, which you give me 15. The max is 10, and then the max 5 with the 924C. I wanted to go to trial because that was how I would have been able to saw who that was who set me up.
right,
You got
right.
the right to face your accuser.
But
But at
then
the
you was
same
taking
time,
a
it's like
chance.
taking the chance I can take this cop where they can cap it at 10 years, and I'm doing 10. This is no telling. You ain't working with them, you ain't helping them, they ain't helping you. So 10 years is a blessing in the feds. You feel me? So
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 you did what? A little over 8,
yeah,
or you
eight
did it?
years, eight
Okay,
years,
yeah. I
four
know my
months.
math is is
Yeah,
is not that rusty, but
yeah. 8 years, 4 months.
so tell me this, because that's a grip. That's not a small amount of time.
Yeah,
While you was away, how did you see the music scene change? Because I mean, you have been in it. How did you see it change in that 8 years?
so I want to say in the early stages, I'm very, very computer like when it comes to music. Because it's my life, it's my passion, it's really, really what I do. And so I always watch my industry, I always watch my peers and my surroundings. And in the beginning stages, I want to say the first 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, like those first few years when I was in the feds, uh, I, I, it was decent. It was still, I saw that like the coming along of people like the Migos and I mean catching as in nationwide. It was bops and it was going nationwide. It wasn't just
Right.
accepted in Atlanta. It started getting accepted. Where I saw the Rich Homie Quans, Young Thugs emerge, things of that nature. Where it was still street music, but it was catchy. You know, like that some type of way. I want to say dropped 2013 by Rich Homie Quan. It kind of changed music a lot because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of rappers were, I want to say like street, but they just gave you that street with a bop. That rich homie Migos, those type of art, they gave you that street with a bop, and it was over. And that took the way for about 4 or 5 years. But I want to say in the last 4 years, it's been different. I'm gonna keep it real. It's been different. I hate to like discredit or I don't want to seem like no hater. They act like because we might be older artists or you know
Right.
OGs, vets, whatever you call it. I never want to seem like I'm hating on the youth. I'm not. I'm being
Right.
honest to the youth though. A lot of their music is garbage. It's repetitive. It's the same sound. Most of these rappers in our region sound like they from Detroit and they be from Benton Harbor, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, South Haven, and they just mimicking somebody else.
Right.
Meanwhile, we have our own artists, our own sounds, our own styles in Western Michigan. And it's like, don't go away from who you are to follow a
Listen to
trend.
this though, because you said something like you say you don't want to make it seem like you hating on the youth. Well, I
Yeah.
have a son this he's of this generation, and
Mm-hmm.
he's got a little more. I don't know what's the word for because he my
Substance.
son. So
Substance.
you're right. It's because he grew up with me. He grew
Right.
up with me telling him how to write, how to construct something. Don't say that or that's whack. Because I'm one of them. Like, no, that's whack, dude. Don't. What I mean? But I think there are some young artists that deserve all the props in the world. Like all
That's
the
a fact.
but
And
it's
that's a
just so
fact.
over flooded with, like you say, one day I was getting my hair done. I was wearing braids. So it was a young girl doing my hair and they was playing music. I swear to you, I was there for about 4 hours and it sounded like a 4 hour long song.
Song. It was the same song over and over on repeat.
On repeat. So you ain't never lied.
And so
Now,
I even had to get into like I say, I dissect and I really dissect when it comes to music. Like, for example, you would hear somebody like Ice Spice and wonder how Ice Spice uh is like, how did she get a deal? Some people will wonder this. And it's not a shot at Ice Spice. It's just like you hear that and it's just like, you know, but then when you think about it, if you were in tune and you really, like I say, research was always my number one thing. I'm always checking, I'm always seeing where things derive from when it comes to music. And the New York drill rap scene, she is a
oof,
she is a what do you call it? Like a Mount Rushmore figure. I want to say like her, Pop Smoke. It's some underground ones like K and these other people. So they kind of like started their own brand of drill in New York. So
right,
she's like a front runner in that. Ice Spice really was like one of the top girls underground in the hood, being so young doing it. That's why she caught, and that's why she got such a following, because New York drill scene on its own right now has a wave, you know what I mean?
right.
People
But since you saying that, then since because you're talking about the New York scene and all of those different
yeah,
things. Now you from the Midwest. And so, like you say, different. The world is a ghetto. We know that. I don't care where you go. We did the song "All My Life" by Lil Durk, and one of the points that we made was whether it was Dirk in Chicago, Snoop in Long Beach, or 50 in New York. A lot of the experiences are the same, but there is some regional things that you can pick up in certain artists. So how did the Midwest kind of shape your style and your content?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's been you. I think you're the first interviewer ever. I've been wanting somebody ask me that, and it's like nobody never asked me that. They would just talk about like my style and like how unique and whatever. But like it does have a lot of. I got a lot of derivatives. Like it's a lot of artists that came before me that, especially in the Midwest, that showed me. And I want to give some respect to one who ain't from the Midwest, because he was number one, first and foremost. If I'm being honest, he was like my guide to making songs, and that is Scarface. The
Oh
one and only
man,
Scarface, the one and only Scarface. Like, when
to
I was a
this day,
kid, yeah, man, most definitely. People don't appreciate
they
Scarface
don't.
as much as they really should,
Oh
musically.
God.
Mind you, he made his own beats. So
Do
before the
you ever
Kanye
see
West.
him? Do you ever see him though, even in the top 20 on these lists? Because I
They,
don't, and I
I,
be
I don't, and it's just disgraceful. I was happy. I was
disrespectful.
actually. It was a blessing and an honor. Shout out to Tom, to Grand Rapids, my big homie Grand Rapids. Shout out to Wings having the whole franchise. That's his franchise, one of the
Oh,
biggest
you
hitters
know
from Grand
him?
Rapids. Oh yeah, that's my big homie.
Oh,
I'm in
okay.
the Midwest. You feel me? Like if they in the
Yeah.
Midwest, I about know them. You feel me?
I
And
seen when he opened. I seen, the
oh yeah.
opening of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Tom, because he know, like, being an artist, that my favorite artist of all time was Scarface, and he actually threw a concert where he brought Scarface down, and he actually put me on the bill, and I got to perform with Scarface, and I got to actually take pictures with him in the back, talk to him, like it was one of my most like starstruck fan type
Right.
moments I ever had in my life, was actually Scarface, like right there. And so shout
Right.
out to Tom for that. Like certain people don't know how much certain things mean to you. I would never forget that, you know what I mean, because of
Right.
who it was. But also in the Midwest, uh, which is crazy. I have nothing in common, but that is why I can, like, this is the proof of why music is so flux. It's just so, it's just, it's fluent, it's flexible. It doesn't matter. It's interchangeable.
Right.
It doesn't just stick to one space. And so Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twister, Do or Die. These people rap with a speed to their cadences, to their deliveries. Always it was speed, it was twisting, it was
Right.
gunning, as we called it, gunning in the Midwest. We called that gunning back in the days. In Chicago, that was called gunning. If people don't know, that was a style. That was a real style back in
For sure.
Chicago. And so though they rap like that, I paid attention to the words. I paid attention to what they said in between stanzas, to see the kind of lyricism that they possessed, to see if it made sense. Some didn't.
Right.
I could weed them out. Like Flesh and Bone, no disrespect, he never made sense. Things of that nature. But the Crazies and Lazies and Twister and even some of
Lazy was cold.
yeah, and so like it showed me, like, if you can articulate a verse where you rapping words that fast and you're still telling a story that makes sense with that much speed, how can I not do that at my own pace? You see what I mean? So
Ain't that the truth? That's a good point though. But what
how?
I hear though, Shy, is, and I think this is a benefit of being in the Midwest, is that we are very much eclectic in our taste and our style. So it's like you can't really pigeonhole the Midwest because
Nah,
we got so many different influences. So, we can sound like anybody.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
like I said, like that was a style that I recognized and seen, and I got a lot of like some of those guys were some of my like favorite artists growing up. But that's just one. Like I say, you could travel. This in Michigan, being from Michigan, if you hit that highway up in Flint, we had a couple guys up there, the Dayton Family, Top
Oh,
Authority.
yeah.
So when it came to that street, to that likeness of a Tupac, of a Biggie type of that street, talking about the even gangs. I can remember the Dayton family even representing things like GD and things of
I
that
thought
nature.
the Dayton family, when I first heard them, I thought they was from the West Coast.
Yeah, me too.
When
Me too. Me
I
too.
first heard him, I did. But Shy, because I don't want to, because we about to geek out, because we rappers, so we about
Yeah,
to geek
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and it's. But
I love
listen,
that though. I don't be. I don't never mind that.
I know, but answer me this, because I talk about a lot. I talk to my son about this a lot of time, because he was an athlete, in college, playing football on scholarship, all these things, and decided he wanted to be in the music business. And it was shortly after I had a little cousin that was a rapper that was killed at one of his shows, right? So it terrified me. You know what I mean? I look on the news every day, I see all of these up and coming rappers getting gunned down. And I said, um, it's unprecedented. And people point to Biggie and Pac. I said no, because Biggie and Pac would be like today if Kanye and Jay-Z got killed. So that's something totally separate. But like all of
Absolutely.
the Pop Smokes and all of
They
these
barely have a
guys,
deal.
right? So what do you think? Do you think it's the drill music that's causing this?
I
Because I
I
think it play a
100.
part.
I 100%. 100%. As a Midwest guy, Chicago guy, know and take the blame for a fact that it's the drill. It's the drill music. And it's
Man,
like you can't lie. You can like you said, we came up. Yeah, Biggie died, Pac died. Do you know how long it was before anybody else died? Like rappers don't just die. Rappers didn't die. Like
no.
like being a rapper didn't mean that you died or you had to
Right.
kill or you had to have an op and spin a block on them and you had to smoke them in packs. And being a rapper didn't mean that back then. Now
No.
that's exactly what it means. When you sign up to be a rapper, you better be talking about spinning. You better be talking about ops. You better be talking about dead homies and smoking dead
But
people.
but
You better,
here's the thing though,
and if you
Shy.
don't, they don't want to hear you.
But
They
here's the
don't want to hear
thing.
that.
This is the only problem with that. And I say it all the time. You either gonna be a gangster or you gonna be a rapper.
Hmm.
You're not gonna be both. And you know who's gonna make certain of that? The streets or the police. See Young Thug,
Huh.
see Pop Smoke. See, you know what I mean? You either gonna be a rapper or you gonna be a gangster. They're not allowing you to be both.
And they and oh my God, like when I say that is one of the best ways to put it ever. Like
Yeah.
the artists back in the days, they wasn't soft. Like, like they wasn't cowards, they wasn't weak, but they was entertainers. They knew what their job is. Their job is to
Right.
entertain the masses. Their job is to get on these stages or in these clubs or these arenas and perform for the people, make your money, go home.
And
This
go
is
home. Man.
the most craziest after Pac and Biggie, the craziest thing I can remember was 50 Cent, and his shooting and his stuff came from in the streets before he was an entertainer.
Right.
And,
Before.
and he really had real beef. See, I'm from the streets for real. And like what a lot of people didn't know, even when he was putting out hits like in the club and all of that, he had that Supreme team on him for real. Like these was
Right.
real guys out that way, real bodies, real. They really was they got
But
federal indictments.
he had to make the choice though.
Yep.
I can't have my foot in that
Nope.
and still think I'm about to take off rapping. You're
Yep.
gonna have to get your whole self out of the streets or either stay in the streets, because the problem with it is because you're too visual, you're too known. Any beef you had is multiplied now, because now you add jealousy and envy to it, and you just a target. You a
Everywhere you
target
go.
everywhere
Everywhere
you
you
go.
go.
So either the police gonna jam you up, or the cats on the street gonna take you out. So your best bet is to pick a side. That's what that's what we're gonna leave that segment as is pick a side. But
Get some money. Just
get
get some
some
money.
money.
If
Get
you
some
want to
money.
be a rapper to get some money. Be a rapper to be able to provide for your family and hopefully for the future generations of your family by getting some long-term wealth established.
Thank you.
Why we trying to get in the game? It's no other reason. I don't understand it.
That's it. Now we got a good conversation going on, Shy, but we do gotta take a commercial break. 65% of the world's population has curly or wavy hair, yet we see so little of that reflected in the dolls that our children play with. Well, Healthy Roots Dolls is doing something about it. Move over, American Girl. The creators of the Zoe doll are going beyond simply painting a doll brown. They've created an educational play experience with dolls and storybooks that empower young girls and represent the beauty of diversity. You can follow Healthy Roots Dolls on TikTok and Facebook to purchase your very own doll. So head on over to healthyrootsdolls.com where they are bringing curl power to the toy aisle. Yeah, man, that's something else. But look here. What we want to do, Shy, is we want to let the people hear. We want to let the people hear what you just dropped. Now you told me your boy C Note, the Honorable C Note, was able to clear a sample for you. Shout out to C. I want you to listen. Next time you talk to C Note, I want you to give C Note a message.
Yeah.
Now I seen C Note at Cato funeral. And C Note, that's my guy.
They let me go. Me, Twink, C Note, we always coming. They was able to go. I'm glad they was able to go represent.
Yeah. Yep, and you know what? Them niggas came from everywhere. C-Note was in, I think, Atlanta at the time. Booze was in Tennessee. I mean, I think Twink is in Ohio. But they came. And then shout out to everybody that came through for Kate. I was very impressed because I wondered throughout the years I knew all of these guys, and every single last one of them came to his funeral. But this is what I want you to tell C-No. C-No, act like I was his old friend when I seen him. Oh, yeah, he was so... C-No need to get on the podcast. Tell him I said that.
We got you. He gonna get on this joint too, right?
Tell him, and he know he seen my inbox. He seen my inbox. Tell him we gonna have beef next time I see him.
And I'm glad you said that because I can say this for everybody, and this is anybody. Like he'll tell you this too. Like he stopped really checking them inboxes once you. And it's just, and then my shout out to C-No. He got to that level. I give him his props.
He definitely did.
Once you certain amount of people and followers and know who you are, and you know he got hundreds of thousands of followers and things of that nature. So your inbox, he said, it just get flooded with hundreds of thousands of messages from
you trying to take up for him. I appreciate that shot. I got his phone number too though, but I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna put him all the way on blast. Yeah. But shout out to C-No because he did give us a beat when Cato passed, but we end up not using it because Chuck had the beat, and you know how Chuck be doing. So I had to get my own beat and make a song for K. But anyway, C-No was able to get this sample cleared for you, correct?
Yeah, for sure. You know, C had a long-standing relationship with Diddy. And
I seen him DJing when Diddy performed a few years back.
He had C-No be his personal DJ, like you said. And he been at the mansion and doing songs and
wait a minute, hold on now. Hold on. Back up. C-No was at the mansion parties that we've been hearing all this.
No, not the parties. Not the but it was one time, I think it was him, Meek Mill, Puffy. They had a studio session, and he did he had I guess Puffy was kind of doing some kind of business with Meek, and they had used C-Note for the production, and that's how Meek ended up just doing a couple joints. He got a couple bangers with C-Note right now. You know,
C-Note got bangers with everybody, man. I be trying to tell people, man. So now I said that to say this, because I have to say this every time we do the podcast. There's no copyright infringement intended. Actually, any music that is copywritten that we're using it for discourse, for critique, and for news and other things. Any attempt to mute or remove this live, we will combat that. So just to throw that out there. Now we want to listen to this remix of Black Rob, rest in peace, Black Rob, remix of Black Rob's Whoa. Let's hear it.
The king, top side. Let's get it. Beezy, what up? Honorable. Look. Feds trying to take my whole team, that's whoa. Chopper gotta stand if I lean, that's whoa. Ass falling all out of jeans, that's whoa. My brother got gas blowing beans, that's whoa. Putting statements on your code D's, that's whoa. You know we keep the codes right. You break them, you gotta go, that's whoa. My niggas, mouth closed, won't bend, won't fold. No rap, no cap, that's whoa. Dog got 15, he solid, that's bro. Killer 3 to 5, he rocket, that's bro. Police got you niggas in the pocket, that's whoa. Turning niggas in for a profit, that's whoa. 3 points a day in the stocks, that's whoa. Selling auction whips off the lots, that's whoa. Feeding dick to a couple thoughts, that's whoa. Go to jail, now you make a lot, that's whoa. BH niggas, Ski Town, that's whoa. My gun rule niggas, Creek Town, that's whoa. Kalamazoo, D-Town, that's whoa. My Saginaw hitters, Flint Town, that's whoa. I'm a glove nigga for sure, I live a real life. Pull up with the mag low like whoa. My niggas, nice hoes, nice clothes, white snow, nice smoke, price fans trying to take my whole team, that's whoa. Chopper gotta stand if I lean, that's whoa. Ass falling all out of jeans, that's whoa. My brother got gas blowing beans, that's whoa. Putting statements on your code D's, that's whoa. You know we keep the codes right. You break them, you gotta go, that's whoa. My niggas, mouth closed, won't bend, won't fold. No rap, no cap, that's whoa. Pull up, drop 50-some shots, like whoa. Catch 'em while they loafing on they block, like whoa. On they ass, ask me if I'm gon' stop, I'm like no. Dropping shells and body parts, the coroner was like whoa. Niggas better watch who they be speaking on. I plug niggas, who the fuck you think they eating off? Have a nigga life took before the week is gone. Just made a boost for 350 with my Yeezys on. And now I die for every block you niggas see me on. Niggas drunk off the lean, gon' have them leaning home. Same nigga gas you up, you gon' be bleeding on. All black AR, but the clip is chrome. Getting head from the op, baby mama, like whoa. Could put a 50 chop on the llama, like whoa. He said it's up, a nigga try, it's going down, like whoa. Dracos, Calicos, MP4s, like whoa. Take my whole team, that's whoa. Chopper gotta stand if I lean, that's whoa. Ass falling all out of jeans, that's whoa. My brother got gas blowing beans, that's whoa. Putting statements on your code D's, that's whoa. You know we keep the codes right. You break them, you gotta go, that's whoa. My niggas, mouth closed, won't bend, won't fold. No rap, no cap, that's whoa. Nigga.
Woo-wee. Let me tell you something. That's a pretty dope remake. Who's on the second verse?
So that on the second verse, shout out to Beans Mo Dollars, Topside Beans, man, one of the best artists from Battle Creek, Michigan. Always.
Oh, okay. He from Creektown.
Oh yeah, like you know, I'm Midwest, and any city, any state, all of the heavy hitters I mess with them everywhere. Beans is, you know, one of the most known, most prestigious artists in Battle Creek underground. You feel me? He been doing it for a minute, and solid guy, solid cat. And I linked up with him, and we put together something real for the Midwest. That's how I'm coming with all Midwest. If you from the Midwest, you one of these little cities, especially West Michigan, I'm gonna keep it a buck. No hating shit. Just keeping it a buck.
Right.
Y'all hear enough from the other side. I'm trying to
It's
make
facts.
that Western Michigan start getting heard around here. Like, we got some real dope artists out here on this side of the map that they act like they don't exist. It's like it's only one city, one thing matters, and that we got to change that in Michigan, because I'm telling
Right.
you, we land like that out west. You
For
feel me?
sure. So listen, I'm glad you brought that up because now I heard you say you the king of the Midwest, right? So when I heard that, I was like, oh, I done said that, huh? And I immediately started. There's a couple names that came to mind that might have something to say about that. One of them is your homeboy, but I suppose y'all homeboys. I was
Yeah.
gonna say Zap, you know. But it's a little guy. It's a little guy here in Kalamazoo who just before he got hemmed up, he was in that mode. He was running around um with the I can't think of the boy name right now, out of Detroit. He was T Grizzly. T Grizzly. He had his little foot in the door. His name Cheddar Bills. Young Cheddar Bills got flow now.
Yeah.
And he can't seem to stay out of trouble. Because I mean, when I tell you he was like supposed to be on a flight to go and ink that, and I'm talking about the people got him. I mean, kicked his dough in. He back in the bean.
Mm.
Shout out to Cheddar Bills. So I hear that, but I want you to tell me and tell whoever listening why you the king of the Midwest.
Basically, like, and shout out to everybody, and the two that you mentioned. Them guys is real deal kings. Them guys is real deal movers and shakers, and I respect them and love them. And the thing about it most that I like is that the love is mutual, and
For sure.
like I don't per se I never had to per se call myself the king of the Midwest. I've been blessed that underground rappers and fans alike have always just called me that. You feel me? And
Gotcha.
it came from the work. It came not from just, like, if I hate to brag, but if I toot my own horn, I will, like,
Toot it.
I put in a lot of work in the Midwest that opened up a lot of doors for some of the artists to even be in certain rooms in certain areas, is because it was a trailblazer who set that path on fire first. If you ever heard about a hard rapper from Benton Harbor in the past 15 years and you was from another city, the first name that you would hear before I went to the feds, unprecedented, undoubtedly, is Shy Boy. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No doubt.
And so I put a lot of work in that made it be respected. You have to respect Ben Harbor artists now, no matter what. Even in my absence, when I went to the feds, ain't nothing changed, ain't nothing slow down. My baby Zap, that's my big homie for real. I'm just,
Right.
I'm the young one. I'm just the tall. I'm 6'4", so always the big one. But
right.
you feel me? I'm the young one. So but that's my big homie. But like they'll tell you that they tell me that, the kind of work that I put in, the kind of work that I've done, it just stamped and cemented. And we don't do where we at with us, with our artists and the guys that really got that time in, that really put that work in, that made a name. We don't take away from our greats and our legends.
That's the fact right there. Shout out to that, though.
They don't.
Because we don't see enough of that. You know what I'm saying? We don't see enough of people paying homage to the people that, laid the foundation. I get into it a lot with people who, for whatever reason, because, like you say, Kato gone, I'm not out there like that no more. And a lot of the people that laid the groundwork in the zone is, them then got older and they try and act like they forgot. I be trying to tell them, listen, y'all got to understand something. And this is like the GOAT debate when they's like nobody got rings on Michael Jordan's watch.
Yeah.
This is the GOAT debate. Nigga, when we was rapping around there, nobody was throwing their hat in the ring to rap. Because it was that serious, you know what I mean? It wasn't like everybody just thought they could rap. No, because we was coming that hard that made it like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't just running around rapping. And so, like you say, people got to start paying homage to that type of stuff.
Real, for real. While we at it, talking about the zone and just South Haven Covert. Rest in peace to Terror too. Like, you know, that's something that it's one of my young boys in this shit, in this stuff. Like, you know, like in this music. And when I got out, I heard of him and things of this nature. And as soon as I'm getting in tune, and as soon as I, you know, matter of fact, zapping them, plug me with them type, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, boom. So it's like you never know. It's just you just never know, you know.
Yeah.
And you never know like his career, what his trajectory, what he was finna do, especially for that area. Like
He was coming up. He was coming up. He was getting better every project. That's what I was trying to tell people, you know, he dropped that song with Zap and everything. But like every project you could just be like, dang, he didn't got better. He dropped something else. Dang, he didn't got better. And so, you know, definitely missed out. And then shout out while I'm talking about rappers that we missed out on. Shout out to my boy Tuc, who was one of the coldest to do it too, and he gone. But listen to this.
Rest in peace, fella, too, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because there's a few bars in this song that I really want to just hit on. You know, we getting, our time is getting away from us, but I don't want to miss out on this.
You know,
so you said, I hear your verse when you say, dog got 15, he's silent. That's bro. Killer 3 to 5, he rocked it. That's bro. Police got you niggas in the pocket. That's whoa. Turning niggas in for a profit. That's whoa. Okay. So I heard a little bit about what you saying, how you ended up in the jam. And so just tell us, because this has been a lot of conversation. I know around in Kalamazoo is so much killing going on. And one of the problems is that everybody is on the no snitching kick, right? But what really constitutes a snitch? And if don't nobody speak up, how's we gonna stop our young men and women from being slaughtered?
So basically, right, when it come to that, and this is just being real, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. So if it's somebody get killed, like you said, it's people there, boom, somebody get killed, right? It's so many people standing right there watching it. So what I'm saying is that, like, if a person like me, myself, if I was active right now, I'm a civilian. Right now, I'm chilling. I ain't in nothing. I ain't got nothing going on. I done did everything I had to do in the streets. I ain't got nothing to prove. They can have it. You feel me? But like, if I was active, if I was somebody that was out committing crimes, killing, things of that nature, and maybe I didn't say nothing, I'm standing right there. But it's like 14 other people standing right there. And it's like just regular, everyday girls who just work at Walmart, things of that nature. Them not snitching is different. They don't have no codes or nothing to uphold. I don't know why some of them don't tell.
Well, we know why. We know why, Shy, because some of them are afraid. And we know, even though they don't have no code, just like me, for instance, I'm out of the streets. You know what I mean? I ain't got no affiliation to nothing. I don't partake in illegal activities. I no longer, because I was one that at one time I upheld that. You know what I mean? But like today, even if people knowing that I'm not a part of it, if I go and testify, I'm gonna get shunned by the whole community, right? And when you know what's gonna happen, we're gonna keep getting slaughtered.
Right. And that's why I would say this to to people who are just around and y'all seeing people getting killed and things of that nature. If you happen to give the police whatever information you give them, you can. I don't care what nobody say. Them people ain't snitches. Them people civilians. You murdering people in front of them. You should be. The problem is the murderer. You should watch what you're doing. You should. You a gangster, right? Gangsters supposed to move in silence. Gangsters supposed to have codes too, don't they? They supposed to have, so if you slip up and you do something stupid, that's your fault. It's not them people ain't snitching on you. Them people ain't snitching nothing. They saw you kill somebody right in front of them. They tell the police they supposed to. That's just how I feel. And I'm a gangster and I know that. They supposed to. Like
yeah, because in my opinion, snitching is if you are partaking in a crime and you part of a crime and then you go to talking to the police, then now you snitching.
Yeah, snitching is different. What 6ix9ine did was snitching.
That was snitching.
You running with the Bloods and all of that 9 Trace stuff out that way, and knowing you ain't got no business in that mix with them. You ain't nothing like them. And they get to doing all this wild stuff, and one of them hit your baby mama and blah blah blah. And
right.
You get in your feelings and you tell the police everything. You tell them everything that y'all did, your whole gang. You tell them everything that so you can get lesser time and they get fried, and that's snitching.
That's snitching for sure. So then let's get to this, because man, when I heard this, and don't get me wrong, this second verse is Grease. It's Grease. But when I heard this, I'm just, I'm coming from a place now from where I'm here in Kalamazoo. I promise you, there was about a 4-week stretch where somebody got killed, seemed like every 3 days.
Oh no, I've seen it.
One of the restaurants had to shut down because she had so many funerals to attend. And it's like, come on, man. Like, so when I hear niggas better watch who they be speaking on, I'm plugged, nigga, who you think they eating on. Have a nigga life took before the week is gone. Just made a boost for 350 with my Yeezys on. I die for every block you niggas see me on. Now, don't get me wrong, that's Grease.
He talking.
That's Grease. The bars is Grease. I ain't fronting. But listen, you come from Benton Harbor.
Yeah.
It's an impoverished area. Yeah. 90% Black, and it's been riddled with violence. I mean, riddled with, for the area, you look right now, top 10 dangerous places in Michigan. Benton Harbor is on there, and its population is like a quarter of the other cities is on there. Detroit got like 600,000 people. Benton Harbor is listed as like 8. You on a list with a place with 600,000 people, right?
Yeah.
How can we bop and diddy to this type of music, knowing the mamas that's crying, know the people that's losing their fathers and stuff? Why do we so casually talk about killing our own people like that?
Yeah. And so, like, on that verse, in those bars specifically, that's Beans. And though that ain't Benton Harbor, it's the same experience in Battle Creek. He's seen same things, and he's experienced the same type of things that we have in whatever city, if you're really from the hood. And so basically I can just tell you, just because I know him, and from them words, is just all he's doing is just art imitating life. Everything that you just, it's just things that come from the lifestyle that you live. Like even when he said, I made a boost for 350 with my Yeezys on. That's a play on the
That's a play on the Yeezys, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just cultural things that's part of our culture, because we cop the boost when they come out. You feel me? We get them Yeezys. So
yeah.
And you might mess around and sell a little weed or a little something and make a play for 350 with your Yeezys on. You feel me? It's just to come from the lifestyle. And so though I don't myself, me personally. If you listen, like even you listen to my verse, I'm speaking on the like when I said dog got 15, he's solid. That's bro.
Right.
Killer 3 to 5, he rocked it. That's bro. You know, like I'm speaking on like the prison and in certain instances and things of that nature, but I don't try to glorify too much.
And see, that's where you just hit it though. So it's
Yeah,
like it's a difference in reporting because we've been saying that for years. We just
right.
news reporters. We reporting live from the hood. But I
That's it.
beg to differ though. A lot of this music is not you're not reporting. You're glorifying violence. You're
Yeah.
glorifying the death. What's that song? I can't even think of the names. Son's got long ago. As I seen his name on the road, and he naming off all these names in
Oh
the
yeah,
rap.
yeah, yeah. Julio,
Those
Julio. Yeah,
those
yeah,
are actual, not
yeah.
just people, kids.
No,
Most of
no,
them is
no,
kids.
no. These boys is crazy. Do you hear me? These young boys. When I
That's
tell you,
disgusting. I seen
are
grown
different.
people doing TikToks to that song. To me, that's disgusting.
It's just different, and it's sad, and that's why I've seen the landscape, and I've been peeping this, and so like I've been trying to make music where if you listen to I Can't Quit and you listen to Lord Please and you listen to it's a lot of joints. If you just go on YouTube and type in my new album, my new joint, The Heartbeat
Right.
EP, you go check it out. Because I'm trying to give a different perspective. I don't want to talk about shooting nobody. I don't want to talk about killing nobody. We didn't seen enough killing. I didn't seen enough.
Man,
And so like
it ain't gonna be nobody left.
I want to have fun. I want to get some money. I want to have fun. We're gonna talk. I'm still from that way, so I'm still gonna be talking the talk. You feel me? But at the same time, my music has changed a lot, even to the point like one of my cousins, because my new single is a Slide on Me. It's really, really one of them bops. It's a bop. When I tell you it's a bop, it's for
When you say it's a bop, you mean like this type of bop?
bop. Grown and sexy.
King,
For the
Hey,
ladies,
Beezy, what's up,
for
baby?
the players,
what you doing?
Nothing
Hey,
chillin'. Where
vibe.
you at?
The crib.
I like that.
You know you're gonna be busy. You got anything planned tonight?
Trying to go
I ain't no shit for real.
You got time for me? Then slide on me.
Slide.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop. Let's
Definitely
stop.
slide.
You gotta do that.
I'm just gonna be chilling.
That's
I
it.
want you to slide. Let me know when you're on your way.
Always that.
Slide on me. Waiting on you.
Don't make
Okay. I just wanted to get a little dose of that in there.
But you know, like as you can see, like it's not all. I don't want it to be just about. I want y'all to have fun. I want the shorties to know that yeah, we still from that way. I'm still me. I can't nobody tell me nothing. Like I'm still Shy Boy. I'm still him. I'm still all of that I was. I don't want to be it though. You feel me?
Right.
I survived it. So now, once you survive something, the goal and the plan is to redirect and to do something new. I don't understand how people don't get that. You feel me? Like
Right.
to want to continue to, like I tell people all the time, why I would not never make a drill song or be in it. I don't want it. I don't want nothing to
Right.
do.
The whole point was to get out of that. And it
Yeah,
seemed like to me, people really don't want to get out of it. They want to be in it just with more money.
yeah, yeah. But
You know what I mean? People don't really want to get out of the hood. They want to be in the hood with more money. But what
yeah,
they don't understand is it goes back to what I was saying. You either gonna be a rapper or you're gonna be a gangster. The police and the thugs is not gonna let you be both.
that's
Period
a
point
fact.
blank. Period point blank. So hold up, Shido, because um I do. Like I said, the time is getting away. We do have my other guest finally did join, so I want to pop at him a little bit. But we
Yeah.
got money to give away at the end, and we got to update the people on what you got going on. So don't leave, Shy.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna get right back with you because I do wanna, give him a little opportunity to say a little something for the people because he's from a whole nother coast. and he on different type time than us. So we want to bring him on right after this commercial break. So it says, life, death, poverty, and pain can sometimes leave you feeling hopeless. That hopelessness can sometimes lead you to dependency on drugs and alcohol, leaving your life in ruins. Well, Solomon's Temple is not only here to minister to that brokenness on Sunday mornings, they have also created a space for you to heal after you have made the decision to get sober. This coming week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursday. We have AA and NA meetings. Alcohol Anonymous is 6 to 7, and Narcotics Anonymous is on Friday. That's what it is. It's Friday, 6 to 7. Again, that's Alcoholic Anonymous, 6 to 7 on Wednesdays, and Narcotics Anonymous, 6 to 7 on Fridays. And this is at 4805 Blue Star Highway in South Haven, Michigan. Whether you have been court ordered or simply need the support, they can help. Solomon Temple is also holding services every Sunday at 12 p.m. and now will also be an official site for NA and AA. We believe God delivers, but we also know that we are helpers one to another. And so Solomon's Temple Ministries is a site where you can get that help. Again, that's Solomon's Temple Ministries, where the word is key. All right. Like I said, our guest, he joined us late, but he does hail all the way from the state of Arizona. And it's so weird because when we was talking earlier to Shy, he talked about being over in Arizona. So we want to just welcome to the show all the way from the West Coast. And he's now residing in Phoenix, but he's originally from what they call Tuc City. He's been the truth in the booth since way back, and he's still bringing the heat. Y'all welcome to Behind Bars, Mr. J Hound.
How you doing? How you doing? It's good to be here. My apologies for being late. I had my times mixed up a little bit.
That's all right. I didn't want to just leave you out. I do want to, I know that the time is kind of gotten away from us, but we definitely want to pop at you a little bit because I have been locking in on some of that good music. And so we want to just give the people an opportunity to hear a little something and let you tell them what you're doing, what you got going on. Is that straight?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay. So there was initially a song that I wanted to play. It's Love Me When I'm Gone, right? But I think I want to switch it up. Because I heard something else that I want you to just kind of have the opportunity to talk about. And so let me just play it, and then after I play it, then you can jump in there, okay?
All right.
Y'all bear with me here a second. This wasn't planned, so I didn't have it queued.
They should have left you in that cell and never found you, nigga. I hate this shit, I know that I can't live without you, dog. The end of you, the end of me, and that's just not an option, no. Been had this pain in my chest, still trying to air it out. If heaven do exist, can someone show me its whereabouts? I need a face-to-face with God, I got a lot of questions. Like why I always fuck shit up and why we all selfish. Were my flaws pre-designed or were they manifested? Can my soul be saved or in my past redemption? Wipe the prints off the gun when I complete the mission. I got blood on my hands, but they don't feel me, nigga. It be like karma, my baby mama, I child vengeance. I've only sired destruction and we at war, nigga. Fighting yourself on the battlefield, don't nobody win. My only chance of survival is through this fucking pen. Rather get shot before I let them box me and lock me in. Been down that road once before, won't take that path again. I ain't Jesus, but I died and came back again. Don't tell me that was blasphemous. These raps is deadly pathogens. I really just be snapping, man. RIP the track again. Curse with this gift, I make it work with this dirty hand. Damn. Yeah. Know what I mean? A wise man was.
Oh man, Jay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites right there. I love the hell out that song.
Hey man, that's Grease. That's Grease. So listen, when I hear this, it's so funny because we was talking last week and I said, why does it seem like people that live the most riotous lives always inquire or say that they want to go to heaven, which is the exact opposite of the type of lives that they lead? And somebody said it was on the show because hell is all around them. What do you say to that?
I mean, even for people that live lives that's really like deal with a lot of violence, like even those whether they doing it purposely or just because of their circumstances, everybody want time to relax. And throughout time, mankind has always presented heaven as a place of peace, and everybody want peace regardless of what type of individual you are.
So you said you believe that everybody wants peace.
Even if they don't want to admit it, like deep down in everybody just want to relax and not have to deal with no drama like that day-to-day negativity. Like they really want a place where they can feel like they belong. And to me, that's what I picture heaven as. So I'm pretty sure for a lot of other people that came up through hardships or was born in situations that was a little bit messed up or rougher than everybody else, they always wanted something different. And to be honest with you, I think that's why a lot of people go so hard. Like they be upset about their situation, but they know deep down they really wish they could just be at peace.
Right. And so when you talk about in the other song, I guess they'll love me when I'm gone. You said first time I touched the mic, it was a different feeling. I used to whisper rap so ain't nobody hear it. Shy guy, now I'm so ill, even God feel it. Don't shake my hand if you ain't got the heart to slide with me. So listen, do you think the music is an attempt at that peace? You talk about when you touch the mic, it was a different feeling. Do you think like that's a way that people try and escape to that peace through their music?
I definitely feel like that seems to be the case with a lot of people. I know for me, rap is a definite release from. We ain't gonna go into too much detail, but
Whoa. Hold
it's an
up, J
escape
Hound.
from dealing with a lot.
J Hound, hold up now. This behind bars. The whole purpose of behind bars is for you to go deep with it. If you know what I'm saying? What do you mean by that? So tell us about what it was like growing up in Arizona. Because when I picture Arizona, I got to be honest, the job I worked, the corporate offices in Arizona. Arizona appears to be a very, how I say it nicely, a whitewashed state. So, but you tell us, because we on the Midwest, what is life like in Arizona for a black man?
I mean, I'll give you that. Like, even though I love my state, I will say this: they are very racist out here. So the whitewash, I definitely get that.
For sure.
But growing up in Arizona for me was it was a lot of drama. Like I dealt with a lot of pain, losses, and whatnot. Struggling with bills here and there, disagreements with people, having to cut ties with this individual or that individual over disagreements and whatnot. But your experience in Arizona gonna be different for everybody, depending on who you choose to be when it's your time to actually start making decisions for yourself, if that makes sense.
Right. So why they call it Tuc City? I assume that's Tucson, right?
Yeah, that's Tucson. Yeah.
Why they call it Tuc City?
It's just a nickname for it, and out there, we got a lot of dope. Like it's a lot of drugs out there, so we keep shit on Tuc. Like that's
So
why you want to
listen,
come to
though.
Tuc, how you can get from that.
So my other guest, Shy Boy, which you'll meet here in a second. He from the Midwest. He did a little over 8 years in the Fed joint because he was over in Arizona getting bowls, bringing them back to the Midwest and whatnot. So, is life similar to life in, say, is a hood in Tucson or Phoenix similar to a hood, say, in California, in Long Beach or Inglewood or Compton, somewhere like that?
Nah, they attempt to be like that out here, but it's structured way different. Like they adapted some of the Cali ways, but for the most part, Arizona rock way different. A lot of the shit I don't agree with, but this home, so it is what it is.
Right. Because you sound like a Californian. Like when I hear you talk, your speech pattern and everything, it sound very California to me. So I was like, maybe it's similar. So you said it's a lot of stuff you don't agree with. A lot of stuff like what?
Like as far as the infighting or just from the street aspect of it, when you get involved in certain shit, like Shaw was saying earlier, because I tapped in on I was in the back watching or whatever. Like when you decide to make the conscious decision that you gonna go out here and be in these streets, then you should be willing and able to accept all the good as well as the bad that come with that without putting your consequences off on somebody else because you messed up. Like that shit is prevalent out here and it really worked my nerves, like for real, for real.
Right. So you also just not too long ago got out, similar to Shy. I think Shy said he got out in 2020. When did you get out?
I got out May 5th of 21.
21. So both of y'all was locked up during COVID. What landed you? Was you in the state or the feds?
And I was in the state.
What
I
landed
got
you in the Bing?
I got 12 years for kidnapping.
12.
Yeah, they gave me
Ooh.
12 years. I was 19 years old.
That's a long time.
I,
That's a
I don't
long
I ain't do
time.
the full 12. I did 11 and a half of it, but shit, that still was
Man,
meant.
that's 12 all day. You said you went at 19, so you grew up in prison.
I mean, I spent most of my adult and well, no, I don't want to say most of my adult life now because I've been out for a little decent amount of time, but I spent most of my life in captivity from whether it was me being in juvenile detention centers or the county jail or after that prison shit. I spent a lot of time like that, like a lot.
So tell me this. How did being in prison affect your flow or your style or what you talked about? Because if you spend most of your time in captivity, then you don't have you got more life in than you got out. Your experiences are way different than if you was actually out on the street, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Prison opened my eyes to some shit. Like I hate that. Don't want to make it sound like I'm like, oh, everybody need to go to prison. Nah, I don't wish that shit on nobody.
I was gonna
But
say we're not gonna let you say that.
nah, nah, but I know how. I just want to make sure for whoever watches, because sometimes people perceive shit from depending on the way you say it. So make sure I
Right.
clarify that right now. Nah, prison whack as hell. Don't do it. If you can stay out of a situation where you finna get caught up, don't do it. If you ain't built for it, don't do it. Plain and simple. But
So
prison,
then how did it change the way you rap or
it,
your
it, it,
content?
it forced me to grow up and look at shit differently. So
Mm-hmm.
the things that I chose to like actually highlight in my life wasn't always the oh well, I went down on this nigga block or did this or shot up this or robbed that. Like now I'm more talking about me and my internal struggle and like
Man,
basically where I want to take myself. Like this is where I was at, this where I made it to, but this where I'm trying to get to. Like if that makes
right.
sense.
It's so interesting that I mean you actually did time for kidnapping and violent things, and for you to have come to the realization that that ain't what I want to be on. It's kind of just like Shy was saying, and another person that's really from the street did some time, because I think, man, listen, one day behind prison is too long. So to do 8 years, to do 11 and a half years, it's too long, and it takes something from you. But I think at the same time, it's like you say, you gain something, and that's the most important thing. Don't be behind there for nothing. And you know what? Quite a few people that have been on my show have been behind the wall, and for the most part, they've all made a conscious decision to not let it be the defining thing in their life. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all for that, for sure. Um, so, did you hit the studio as soon as you got out? Was that
Day
like,
one,
was you
day one. I was out for a couple hours before I hit the booth.
a
I
couple
couldn't wait.
hours? I should have asked Shy that. I'm gonna ask Shy that when he come back on. How long did it take for him to get back in the studio when he got released? Um, so tell me this, because I was looking at a couple of your bars on the other song, and I seen where you said, "I see gold in my goals, nigga. Froze North Pole, watch your toes, you get frostbitten." So I'm thinking to myself, this Negro from Arizona, what do you know about frostbite? But what do you know about? It was just ironic to me. Like, your wordplay is pretty sick, though. I listened to a few of your raps and was like, man, this dude is cold. Now they done locked up some of the coldest folks that done did it. Tell me about this bar. Uh, Trying to step on me. I see you got your boots on, but the dog wear cleats. Fire alarms, clocks trying to sleep on me. The haters locked me out the kitchen, but I'm still gonna eat. Your tone in your lyrics is so, like, it's like controlled aggression. Is my only way that I can describe it. It almost sounds like you still in a prison cell when you spit in these rhymes. What's that? What's the aggression? What's that coming from?
I mean, like I guess it just comes from me being passionate about what I do. Like I feel like if I'm a do something, especially something that I love to do, I might as well do it to the max. And I don't know, the afflictions in my voice just sound better when I got that raspy
That
grittiness in it.
no, but it do. It's fire though.
But
Um,
that section that you read off though, that was basically me uh speaking on people that I used to fuck with that act like they had my back but went out their way to try to like knock me while I was down. But me being driven to keep doing what I'm doing, I just push harder than they did basically. I mean, I'm gonna
right.
get more whether you in the way or not. Shit.
Let me ask Shy back to this, because this is something I want to ask both of y'all, because both of y'all done time. And I got a brother that was, in and out, um growing up, and then did some time when he was old. You said some people that acted like they was down with you, but when you was down, they really wasn't. I found out just by watching my brother. When you go to prison, and my last guest that done some time said the same thing. The same people who held you up like you the realest this, you the realest that, the same ones, homies that dapped you up, the same ones that you drink and smoke with, you don't see none of them when you locked up. Was that true for both of y'all too?
For me, it was like that with the majority of the people that I thought was my day ones. But
The
yeah,
majority of them. What about you, Shy? You muted.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I For me, it's different because I just look at it, and I'm gonna explain this. I want to explain. I look at it different. For me, I'm knowing a lot of my people's situations because when I'm out there, I'm shy boy out there. So it's like I'm not out there in a term of need or in a like I'm in a position of, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was out
Right.
there, and so like I know my people's situations. I know my dog be couch to couch. I know my other dog. So it's like I'm knowing
Yeah, I know what you're
when
saying.
you a breadwinner, it's like
Ooh,
I
shy.
don't expect certain stuff. Like I just used to be like, I was hoping that some of my guys would make it through. You know what I mean? Like,
Shy. Wait a minute. Stop right there. My homegirl was on here. I think she did 10 years. And that's the main thing. That's what she said. She said a lot of people in there was the breadwinner on the outside. So when they come in there, they ain't got nobody because they was the bread.
yeah. And
Wow.
then, but I was blessed in the sense of where I had a couple guys like C Note and Twink and just like you
Right.
feel me. And so where if I ever needed anything, I was gonna be taken care of. You
You was
feel me?
gonna get it.
Yeah.
So J Hound, did you said the majority of them? Did you have
Yeah,
one or
yeah.
two, your home? Because I found out, and I don't even be mad at people, because like my bro, he wasn't mad when he got out, but he knew wasn't nobody really there for him but his mama.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
who be
mean?
there.
And that's just what it is.
That's who be there.
Did you, J Hound? What did you come out kind of upset with folks, or did you just say like, "Shy, it is what it is"?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I was bitter about a lot. I got over that, but I ain't speaking for the ones that wasn't able to like reach out. The ones that couldn't. I'm talking about the ones that when
Supposed
shit
to.
was on, they happy to be there when a motherfucker out there tearing shit up and setting shit to fire. But when it's time to put that fire out, niggas want to disappear and shit. Them is the cats
Mm,
up.
Yeah.
The ones
that's
that they don't
real.
even want to give you consideration. They was there for all the bullshit, but when you really needed them, them is the ones I'm talking about. The ones that disappeared. I did have some people that rode with me. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. That's for real, man. But as far as like the dudes from the turf, like the cats from Western Hills, a lot of them I can't fuck with. Like a lot of them I can't fuck with at all. They part of the reason I left the gangbanging shit alone. Cause I'm like, for what? I put in blood, sweat, and tears for this shit, and you niggas left me out to dry. So nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's a good lesson, though. Because I tell everybody that come on here, I give them the same message. The streets don't love nobody. When your boy Beans on that song say, "I die for every block that you see me on,"
yeah.
I shook my head. Don't do it, cause them blocks don't love you. Them blocks don't love nobody, and they don't because you see them not. The streets ain't giving nobody no breaks. It ain't cutting you no slack. It ain't showing you no love, no real love.
And I want to speak on based on what he just said. That's the realest. Like I tell the guys all the time because just I don't. You know me. I keep it a buck, and I'm born and raised like I'm a black disciple. You know what I mean, and I just always have been. And even though I'm older, I don't gang bang. I don't uh participate to certain things, but you are what you are. So I have young guys and young people, who may claim or want to be black disciples or whatever today, and I tell them as real as I can. It's just like he just said. If you want to be in a gang or you are in a gang, if something happens and them gang members who you are blood, sweat, and tears in line with every day, y'all, whatever happened, if y'all going on missions, if y'all doing this, that, and the third, and then something happen and they just don't nobody bond you out, don't nobody make sure your mama's straight, don't nobody make sure your book's straight, and you get out a year, 2 years later, and jump right back in line with them, you just as stupid as them. You deserve any and everything that come with it. It's a good thing that he said he left that shit alone. Like if that happened to me, I wish that would have happened to me. I'm gonna tell you
Right.
why. Because you see how he was able to save himself once he saw that and realized it. I
Right.
happened to have came up on the block with the guys where it was like if you went to jail, that Vail and them knew that let it be known, woo woo woo, they going to get the guys out. They get the guys out. You could
Right.
if we needed money, things of that nature, or whatever, depending on what kind of work you done did, we can. So I was being enabled strongly,
Right. Yep.
horribly, in the worst ways. It kept me into something forever and forever and forever. Even in the feds, I'm on the yard in rotation with the Black Disciples. I wasn't chilling with like the Michigan guys or nothing. I was with the Black Disciples because I'm a
But
Black
here's the
disciple.
thing too that you saying, Shy, and I see it play. I've seen it played out. When I got brothers, I got a bunch of brothers. Well, not a bunch. I got 4 brothers. I got 4 brothers, and they all have, or at one point had wives and kids. And a few of them, they got married young. They got married like in their 20s. And I told them, you don't get to put your homeboys before your kids. I don't put my homeboys before my kid. Yeah, you do. If you telling me you got to ride or you can't let nobody do your homeboy like that, guess what? If you get killed or you end up in prison, who is
Kids
going to
go
take
suffer.
care of your wife and kids? Because I guarantee you the homeboys ain't.
That's a fact.
They ain't. And
That's
that's
a
just a fact.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah. I wish I had more time with you fellas because it's a lot of good information that really need to get out there though, so these people can see that, you know what I mean? It ain't all it's cracked up to be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they don't ever want to tell you both sides though. Like that's like even with the music, they glorify all that. Oh yeah, I was stacking this. Oh man, we was in the club throwing that 150 on the watch, but they don't tell you about all them times they had to go to all them funerals, or when they sat in the house and they ain't had no lights, just roaches there where family members crying, little bro crying, talking about nigga I'm hungry and you can't feed him. They don't talk about that though.
Or like Lecrae said, they don't talk about the bail money that they didn't have. They don't talk
Real
about
talk. Real talk.
they don't talk about none of that stuff. But I think though what I would like to do at some point though, for real, is I would like to have y'all back. I would like to have y'all back because I mean it's just so much that, we could go over and so much that y'all got to say. But
What is it? What is it? Is it an hour? Or is it a 2 hour time difference between out here and out there?
it
You
will
are you in
be
Arizona is 3.
it's 3
Oh,
right now, but it'll be
oh damn!
2.
I was
Yeah,
hella
it'll
late.
be
I thought I was
it'll
gonna be
be
a little late.
no. It'll be 2 come fall because we got daylight savings time. We go back, it'll be 2. But yeah, we 3 hours ahead of you.
Yeah.
But that's a good conversation. But I got to give some money away to these people. So y'all listen. All month we've been having people on. We've been doing trivia and we've been adding money to the bank. So our jackpot has finally reached $200. So we got a $200 jackpot that we give to our inmates. I call my listeners inmates because this behind bars, they get behind the bars with me. So the inmates, they earn an entry by liking, commenting, and sharing the podcast when it airs. Every time that they do it, they get their name on the wheel. And then once I get all of the names on the wheel, we spin the wheel and we get the money away. So now it's time to find out who the winner's gonna be. This is our biggest jackpot too, y'all. This is the biggest jackpot we done had. Last in July we had $135. This month we got 200. So we about to see who the winner is. Let's go. I can't. Oh boy. Oh boy. They don't want the winner to show. I gotta let them see because if I say the name, they'll think I'm trying to pull a fast one on them. Oh man. You know what? Hold on a second here. We having technical difficulties here. Well, y'all listen. Y'all know I'm gonna give the money away, no doubt. We definitely gonna give, but I don't want to spin the wheel without y'all being able to see. I don't want y'all to. I want y'all to be. I want it to be full transparency on who's winning, and so I'm not going to announce it without you all being able to see, just because I like everything to be above board, and if you can't see it, I don't want to do it. So here's what we're gonna do. Nope, I can't see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Nathaniel, Nate, and one good one. You are the winner of the jackpot this week. And that is the $200 jackpot. And all you got to do is drop your Cash App in the comment section, and you will be getting that $200. Listen, that's all the time we got this week. Again, I want to have J Hound and Shy Boy back on the show again because I think we didn't get all the time we wanted to have with J Hound, and Shy Boy got a lot to offer. He got a lot to say. He got a lot of insight. But before I let y'all go, J Hound, tell them what you got coming up. You got any projects? You got any shows you want to plug? You can do that right now.
I'm actually in the process of getting all of these songs selected for this album right now. I'm hoping to drop it by October 1st, but we're gonna see though. I still got some videos and stuff to shoot, so once I get that out the way, then I'll be good to go. But other than that, I ain't really got nothing else popping right now.
Hey, that's enough. You're getting the album together October 1st. We're going to be on the lookout for it. Y'all inmates, y'all stay locked in to follow him on social media. What's your social media pages?
I mean, Facebook, you can follow me at King Drama J Hound. IG, same thing. King Drama J Hound. YouTube, Snapchat, and I mean, whatever you want to follow me on. I mean, all my pages is King Drama J Hound.
King Drama, say it again.
King Drama J Hound. That's KingDrama JHOUND.
King Drama J Hound, all the way from Tuc City. Y'all give it up for J Hound. Thank you for joining us, J Hound. We appreciate your time. Shy Boy,
Yes.
tell the people what you got coming up.
Yeah, right now I'm working on that 9435. It's gonna be a nice project. I got a lot of joints already ready for it. Like you got one of the exclusive joints, that Whoa, and it's more. I got a lot of features. I got the usuals, Zap and Smay, and and I got a surprise in the works. Shout out to my big homie. He helping me put together a nice little project. And then also right now, if you go on YouTube, I got the Shy Boy Self Made, my YouTube page. And if you just go on YouTube, period, and just search Shy Beezy, The Heartbeat EP is on there right now. The King of the Midwest album is on there right now. You can go check that out, like I said, on the Self-Made Shy Boy page. And my socials is at Shy Beezy on Facebook and on Twitter. Also, we got the Instagram is Shy Boy _self_made. So just I ain't hard to find.
Tap in.
Shy Boy, I ain't hard to find. I'm out here. You feel
Tap in. So inmates, I want y'all to get locked in with Shy Beezy. If you ain't already following him, you want to follow him. If you don't know his music, which I don't see how you couldn't, but if you don't, make sure you go check him out on YouTube. He is an extremely thorough and complex and an artist with a lot of substance. So shout out, hey, Shy Boy, you came on here, you chopped it up with me. You official. I know you did time. You might not like being called an inmate, but you're an official inmate now.
Oh, yeah. Only person can call me that now. So I ain't.
All right, thanks, man. Y'all give it up for Shy Boy. That's all the time we got this week. We have really taken a journey with Shy Boy, and J Hound popped in there at the end, so we're excited about that. I gotta have them guys back, man, because just their insight and just how their minds work. It's always good to have people like that on the show. Remember, Nate and One Good One, you are the winner of today's trivia. So make sure you drop your Cash App in the comment section and continue to tell everybody about Behind Bars. Tell them to follow Behind Bars podcast page. Tell them to like, comment, and share this live so they can have an opportunity to win money next time. Because whenever you tune in with the podcast that goes behind the bars of local and international artists, as well as discusses the culture in real time, because as I always say, a life lived, it is a bar. Till next time, y'all. I holla.